Good day or good evening, whatever time it is at the time you are watching this video. I thank you all so much for being here. So, as I was tapping into the energies of the collective, a question came to mind. And that question is, what kind of story are you trying to tell, and what kind of story is being perceived of you by those around you? And I thought this sounded quite interesting. So I think we'll go ahead and tap into that today. I'll go ahead and finish rubbing my anointing oil into my hands and we'll get started. I already shuffled these cards. I'll go ahead and do maybe a little bit of a breakup there. And let's see, what story are you trying to portray of yourself here? We'll start with that. We have a broken heart. We have a journey. And we have community. A broken heart has led you on a journey that has brought you into a community of people all around you. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some tarot and see if we can get some things a little bit more established of this person who has started out this specific journey with a broken heart. And I'm hearing that this journey has been quite extensive. And it was very long. I'm hearing it took forever. And so I'm assuming that this journey that you went on was very healing. It had to have been, right? In order to be now surrounded by a community of like-minded individuals or individual. But let's go ahead and see if we can get a few more tarot cards out here for each of these aspects of this journey. The beginning, the middle, and now the ending. And the first card that popped out is the World in reverse. And I apologize, sometimes my phone doesn't know how to focus. We have the World in reverse for this broken heart. So whatever had consumed you emotionally and brought on this broken heart is something that really turned your world upside down, I heard. And it was something that you really didn't necessarily see coming. What is this thing that turned their world upside down, Spirit? The Ten of Swords. I'm hearing that this broken heart was brought upon some kind of a rock bottom or a lowest point in one's life. A point where nothing else could have helped the situation except for the possibility of transformation and changing it yourself. And with the Hanged Man coming out after I just said that, it's a turning point where your world was flipped upside down and it forced you to take on a new perspective. You had no other choice but to take on this new perspective so that you can kind of see the signs under this light pole here in this card at the beginning of your new journey. And now we have the Nine of Swords. This is something that was truly devastating. And while I'm not really getting the full picture as to what the occurrence exactly was, this was nonetheless a devastating point in your life. Whether it was a great loss of somebody around you, whether it was something in your relationships with people around you, or whether it was something else. But whatever it was detrimental to your survival, I heard. And detrimental to you evolving as a soul, on a soul level as well. Not even just as a human being, but at a soul level. But something had happened very suddenly, too, to have this occur. It was kind of giving me the vibes of a person who was kind of in denial there for quite some time about some things. And then coming to a point where they literally had no other choice but to face themselves and to face what was truly going on around them. Because things had to be brought to the light. I see that now. We have strength in reverse. It really took a lot of inner strength for you to be able to see that what was happening needed to be changed. It took a lot of inner strength and inner courage in order to even just face that fact alone. And for that, I commend you. And let's get a little bit more about the journey. Very appropriate. We have the Chariot. Once all of this was realized, once the heartbreak was established within yourself, and that pain came through your system, it was the ignition switch for the Chariot to take over at that point. And you were thrusted into this journey of self-discovery, this journey of healing, this journey of mending things that occurred in the past because of this downfall, because of this destruction that had happened due to this event of your whole entire world being flipped upside down. And we have Six of Pentacles. It was a journey of achieving, once again, your balance. And you found this balance in helping others who have gone through this experience as well, I'm hearing. Part of your healing journey so far, or thus far, was that of you helping other people who had the same experiences that you did. The same experience in their world being flipped upside down due to whatever occurred. I'm hearing that you have really ignited your journey by helping others. And that's got to be how we're being led here to this community at this time as well. By surrounding yourself with those who are like-minded, who have gone through the same experiences as you. And finding that true balance once again here with the Lovers. That true harmony that was once taken from you, I'm hearing. This quite possibly could signify as well that this was something destructive as far as a relationship with somebody else. And this journey is a healing journey in that regard. Taking care of your heart and preparing it for something much better, something more worthwhile. It almost sounds to me as if it could be like a twin flame journey as well. Because oftentimes when twin flame journeys are ignited, they start out by the relationship that they're in being destructed. because they're not the right one. This might not be for everyone, but this collective is very large. So there is that aspect here in this reading. Ace of Swords. This journey really truly helped you to gain the clarity that you needed after all this destruction. You truly achieved the higher truths of it all. You were able to cut through all of the deception, all of the destruction with your Ace of Swords. And just as I was saying that, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse that jumped out of the deck, as if to confirm all of that. And so let's take a look here at the community, the place where you are at currently. And I can see through this journey how you have been using this story to help others as well. And so this is the story that you are trying to portray outwards. This is what your story truly is. Yeah, we have the Six of Swords. We have the leaving behind. Lots of swords energy, lots of truths. You know? It was a very big transitional part of your life. A very healing journey, just like I said before. Transcending into higher truths, not only for yourself, but for others around you. For that community that you find yourself surrounded in. And perhaps you are still on this healing journey. And this is letting you know that you are reaching a close at some point in the near future. Two of Cups as I say that. Your emotions are balancing themselves out at this time. Quite possibly nearly ready to have that union once again. For those of you who have been on this twin flame journey, it was something that needed to happen in order for you guys to be in union with one another. And so if this has not happened yet, it will very soon. King of Swords. And that is the truth I heard. And if this is not about a twin flame, if this is not about a physical love with a partner, then it is about the fact that your world was somehow turned upside down. And I'm hearing you say now that it was based upon the choices that you had made and the growth that needed to happen in order for you to become the successful person that you are in this day. A balanced person with this Two of Cups and the Lovers. And so this is the story that you are portraying. Let's go ahead and tap in now and see what story the people around you are perceiving at this time. I'll go ahead and reset the cards. Alright, I went ahead and shuffled these. We'll do a split again, just to show that there is no trickery here on this channel. So, Spirit, what is the story that is being perceived about this beautiful soul in our collective and their journey? Woman holding a coin. Anxiety. And patience. Quite beautiful, actually, I think. Just a quick side note. That number 42 there has been following me a lot over the past I would say maybe 24 hours, which is hilarious because that's just the reverse of 42. So thank you, Spirit, for cracking a little bit of a funny there as I said that. But with this woman holding a coin card, people are perceiving you at this time as a very centered individual, a very successful one too. Someone who is almost kind of like an emperor, empress energy, where they have everything under control, they're poised, and they're graceful at the same time. And the reason why anxiety came out after that is because sometimes some people view you in such high regards that it gives themselves anxiety because they don't know, they almost, it's not really an envy, but it's more of like they look up to you and they want to be that themselves, but they don't know how, and that's where this anxiety is coming from. They don't know how to establish just what you have, but they know that it is something great and very successful. And so that triggers anxiety within them. And I'm hearing Spirit at this time, when you experience other people having anxiety around you, perhaps it is in your best interest to go ahead and share your story. Kind of bring it back down to earth for them and say, hey, look, I wasn't just born up here on my pedestal. I went through this, that, and this and that, and this is how I got here, and this is how I did that. And it's just to kind of give them a little insight as to the alchemization of what you are currently. Perhaps this is something that you already do. Just like what we were talking about along your journey, you found healing within helping those around you that were like-minded, that went through similar situations. And they're also perceiving you as a very patient person. And that's that gracefulness that I felt here with this woman holding a coin card coming out as well. You're very graceful, you're very patient. Because of the catastrophe that existed at the beginning of this journey and how cataclysmic it actually was to your life, you were able to hold that patience and compassion for others because you went through it yourself. And just as I picked up the tarot, the Five of Wands in reverse came out. And that's exactly where you're at currently. You're at this resolution point. You're at this balanced point, this poised point of your life. You have truly found your own inner peace within yourself. You're no longer with this broken heart. You're no longer in, I'm hearing, combat with that energy. And this is something that is being perceived by those around you as well. For some reason you had a question of, are people perceiving me with how I think I am presenting myself? And I'm seeing here that indeed you are. You've got the High Priestess coming out after I said that. Indeed you are. That Two of Pentacles. You have a very high altitude for your own intuition. And you are a very stable and grounded person. With this High Priestess and this Two of Pentacles coming out, this is exactly how you are being perceived by those around you as well. You're also being seen as someone who holds a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom within you as well. They tend to come to you for questions that they feel that they can't ask anybody else, I'm hearing. And we've got the King of Cups. Complete stability there within your emotional capacities. And so this is how you are being perceived, my friend, by those around you. So I would go ahead and stop with the doubts and stop with the fears. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say to you at this time. Because the story that you are trying to portray to those around you is truly being perceived by them. And whatever has you questioning, whatever has you worried about this, can be let go of at this time. Because this doubt, this questioning that you're doing is only deception. You're deceiving yourself. And that's what Spirit wants you to know here with that Seven of Swords. And I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. I feel like the story is complete. I'm feeling the energies lifting. And I'm feeling like this is the ending point here. I love you all very unconditionally. And I thank you all for being here. Until next time. Bye.